Well, why don't we go ahead and get started today. Let's make our way down on to the mat. Go ahead and find your child's pose. I will meet you there. So I want you to bring the knees a little bit wider than the width, or a little bit wider than the width of your hips, kind of along the outer edges of your mat. Your big toes are going to come to touch. Slowly soften the hips towards the heels. Reach those fingertips in front of you. Let the belly come in between the thighs. Forehead rests down on the mat. And if you feel the shoulders kind of tense up and reach up towards the ears, just take a moment, take a bend in the elbows, soften the shoulders away. I want you to use this time at the beginning of your practice to start to breathe into those hips, opening them up, and mostly to soften that tension out of the shoulders, out of the neck and upper back. Because I know, especially now, since a lot of us are working from home, it's a little bit more challenging to move away from that computer, to go for a walk, so it's all right. If this is maybe, your exercise for the day, that's great. So let's make the most of it by using this time to just ease some of that tension out of the body, especially out of the upper back. You're welcome to close down the eyes here at the beginning of your practice. Child's pose is a very introspective practice, so it's a great pose to be able to just sit back, relax, and start to connect to that breath. Breathing in for 1, 2, 3, and out for 3, 2, 1. Try to maintain that same count for every inhale and exhale that you take in class today. And if your hips are really tight, it's okay to sit a little bit higher up with the hips a little bit off of the heels. I want you, with every breath though, to slowly work to lower those hips down onto the heels. Try not to arch too much through that low back, and instead just let yourself kind of find that natural, neutral position for you and your spinal column. You should feel some of that tension just melting out, releasing from those hip flexors, those tight IT bands. We're really going to work into our hips today. And if you'd like, you can set an intention, a goal, or something to focus on for the remainder of our practice. Like an intention can be as simple as maintaining this steady breath. Maybe you're looking to have some fun. Maybe you're looking just to find some movement in your day, whatever it may be. Just take this time to forget everything else. You don't have to stress and worry. There is no judgment here. There is no obligation or duties here. Just allow yourself to have this time to give back to yourself at the end of your busy day. Now, when you're ready on that next inhale, let's slowly lift those hips off of the heels. You're bringing the palms of the hands underneath the shoulders, adjusting the knees to be about hips width distance apart, bringing them underneath the hips. Awesome job. Let's take it nice and easy. Again, press the hips back, roll to the left, draw the hips forward, and then move the hips over towards the right. A nice big clockwise motion through the hips here. Whenever you're ready, you can reverse that motion of the hips, moving counterclockwise. I like to take real nice big hip circles so that way I can start to feel my joints just soften up, loosening out. Whenever you're ready, come to the center. You can maybe shake that tail from side to side. Shake the head, yes. And take the time to also shake the head, no. And from here, grip the mat with all 10 fingers. Your knees are underneath the hips. You can plant the toes in towards the mat for a little extra support. You can keep the tops of the feet into the mat. On that next inhale, we're going to look through the head and heart, sink through the belly. We're going to hold cow, breathing in and breathing out. Take one more breath here. On that next exhale, you're going to slowly round out through that spinal column. Think about tilting the pelvis forward, tuck the chin towards the chest, press up through those shoulders for your cat. And again, taking a whole breath cycle here. On that next inhale, lift through the head and heart. Draw the eyes towards the sky. Sink through the belly for cow. And on that next exhale, round out through the spine, chin to chest. Press up the shoulders for cat. Another inhale for cow. And another exhale protect. Awesome job. Go ahead and release the body into a neutral tabletop position. From here, on that next inhale, we're going to walk the fingertips over towards the left side of the room. You're going to gently press the hips over towards the right. The hips can stay lifted high. You're going to use this as a side body stretch. Reach those right fingertips all the way towards that left corner of the room. Beautiful. Whenever you're ready, inhale, gently lift back up. Walk the hands to the center, and then fingertips go over towards the right. Press the hips gently over towards the left. You're going to feel the stretch all along this left side of your body here. Reach those left fingertips all the way into the right corner of the room. And then inhale, we come back to the center, neutral tabletop position. Let's plant the toes in towards the mat. Inhale, slowly lift the hips up towards the sky. Release through those heels. Out the legs in your first down dog today. So really, I like to start off walking out my down dogs a little bit slower. So that way, whatever leg is extended, I can drive that leg's heel all the way into the mat to really feel that hamstring stretch on that back leg. Whenever you're ready from here, come into your centered, neutral, down dog. Awesome job. If the hamstrings are really tight, you can add a bend to the knees to maintain that inverted V shape with the body. You're gripping the mat with all 10 fingers. The chin is gently away from the chest and the neck is in a neutral position. Try not to tuck the chin too much to the chest here. You want to keep all of that tension out of the shoulders, out of the neck, and out of the upper back. Breathe in through the nose, breathe out through the nose. On that next inhale, you're going to slowly walk the feet and the hands together to meet at the center of your mat. Our first forward fold. You can start off with that deep bend in the knees, so that way the belly is resting all the way on the thighs, no tension in the low back. Crown of the head reaches towards the earth, the hands can rest on just the tops of the feet. You can reach for opposite elbows, just whatever feels good today. And see if you can move with your breath as you inhale, lift the hips a little bit higher. Exhale, you can soften that tension out. Inhale to lift the hips, and exhale to soften. Now from here, release all 10 fingers down onto the mat. Inhale, we're going to find our first halfway lift. Nice, strong, flat back. Press the hips back behind you. The head and heart reaches forward. On the next inhale, slowly roll up one vertebra at a time. Come into our first mountain pose, Tadasana. The hands come down by the hips. Palms of the hands face the front side of the room. As you inhale, scoop the fingertips up towards the sky. Draw your eyes up to look at the fingertips. Exhale, hands to heart center. Draw the gaze in front of you. Release the palms away. Inhale, back up to extended mountain. Exhale, hands to heart center. Moving through that at your own breath pace. And see if you can move a little bit more through the neck here, lifting and lowering the gaze to match that movement of the fingertips. One last time. And exhale, let's keep the hands at heart center. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Make sure the feet are hips are distance apart. Exhale, hinge through the hips. Bend the knees, take your first chair. Now you don't have to go very low in this first chair. If it takes a little while to warm up through the quads, that is okay. I want you to lift all 10 toes. See if you can hold those balance. And if you can, lower the hips down about another inch or half an inch. Set the toes down to the mat. Beautiful job. Deep breath in through the nose. Deep breath out. From here, exhale, release into that forward fold. Awesome job. We're going to add a little bit more of a twist now. So from here, I'm going to mirror you guys. Bring that right hand all the way over to that left ankle. Inhale, you're going to lift left hand up towards the sky. Try to maintain that forward fold though. So your heart is opening towards the left side of the room. Your neck is in a neutral position. And as you exhale, release the left hand down towards the mat. Walk the hands to the center. And the left hand goes to rest on the right ankle. Inhale, right hand lifts up towards the sky. Keep breathing. Beautiful. Exhale, right hand releases down to the mat. Hands come to the center. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold. Plant all 10 fingers into the mat. Slowly step the feet away. Our first high plank. Beautiful job. So with your planks today, think about keeping the shoulders stacked over the wrists. The heels are drawn to the back side of the room. You're creating one long line from the crown of the head all the way down towards the heels, or you can set the knees down towards the mat. Focus on that spinal alignment here instead. Remember, this is your practice. How do you find what feels good in your body, what feels good for you? On that next inhale, go ahead and lean that plank forward. We're gonna exhale into our first low plank, or you can come down to the mat. Inhale for up dog or cobra. And exhale, point the toes, and point the mat, lift the hips. Release the heels, down dog. Nice job, pedal out those legs. And let's start to open up through those hips and the quads a little bit more. So as you inhale, we're gonna lift that left leg up towards the sky. Take your first three-legged dog. If the hamstrings are still tight, you can add that bend into that base right leg. You can also lower the left leg down slightly. Keep left toes flexed. Hips point down towards the earth. Breathe in through the nose. Exhale, you're gonna draw this left knee into the nose. Step the left foot in between both hands. Our first runner's lunge. So this left foot is gonna be bent 90 degrees. Left ankle on top of, or left knee on top of left thigh. All right, left knee on top of left ankle. Whenever you're ready, exhale, release that back right knee down towards the mat. We're gonna plant the top of the right foot in towards the mat now, and we're gonna move into a quad stretch. So from here, keep this left knee bent 90 degrees. Gently shift the weight of your hips forward. You should feel this stretching out that back right quad. Fingertips are resting down on the mat, framing the front. Left foot, your gaze is drawn forward. Breathe. Whenever you're ready, you can inhale, lift the fingertips up towards the sky to challenge that balance a little bit here. Make sure you're stretching it out through that back right quad. Whenever you're ready, exhale, hands down to frame that front left foot. From here, we're gonna walk this left foot over towards the right edge of your mat. Tuck that left foot down in towards that right hip crease, moving straight into our pigeon pose. If you feel yourself rotating over towards the left, take a moment, gently hover forward and come to the center of the hips. You should feel just a little lift between the hips and the mat. So the top of the right foot still into the earth. The palms of the hands are about shoulders width apart. And you can keep that left foot tucked all the way in towards that right hip crease. Or if you prefer, you can open up through that hip a little bit more by bringing that left shin parallel to the front edge of the mat. From here, you're gonna exhale down onto the forearms. We're not gonna release the forehead all the way down to the earth today. We're gonna stay a little bit more active, a little bit more engaged here in this pigeon. So use this as a chance to check in with the shoulders. So you feel them hunching up. Is the upper body hollowed out? If that's the case, just take a moment. Relax that tension out. Let the chest come parallel to the earth. Breathe. Try to keep those hips centered in the middle. If anything slightly over towards the right, can counteract that tendency to roll over to the left. Now from here, let's inhale. Press back up onto palms of the hands. Bring the palms of the hands, shoulders width apart. Plant your right toes in towards the mat. We're lifting that right knee off. Inhale, bring left knee to left elbow. Exhale, left foot back to meet the right high plank. Inhale, lean your plank forward. Exhale, low plank, or again, all the way down to the mat. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, down dog. Pedal out those legs. We're gonna take this to the other side now. So from here, come into your centered steady down dog. Can you soften the shoulders away from the ears so that way there's a length and space for your neck? And as you inhale, lift that right leg up towards the sky. So curl those right toes in towards the shin, the right hip points down towards the earth. You're gripping them out with 2 fingers, and if you need to, if you'd like to, you can bend that left knee. Remember, ease up out of that tension. Breathe in through the nose, exhale, drop. Right knee all the way in towards the nose, set right foot in between both hands, runner's lunge. You can lift into the fingertips, draw your gaze forward. Breathe in through the nose, exhale. Left knee comes down towards the mat, plant the top of the left foot on towards the earth. Your right knee is stacked over right ankle. The hips are in a center neutral position. Try not to roll over to the right. And again, the fingertips are just resting in the mat. Your gaze is forward. You should feel the stretching out across this left quad here, this left front thigh. When you're ready, you can inhale, lift the fingertips up towards the sky, bicep by the ears. Try not to arch too much to that low back. Use your core instead to support you. Think about drawing that belly button in towards that spinal column. Nice and steady breaths. From here, exhale the hands down to frame that front right foot. We're gonna walk the right foot over towards the left edge of your mat. Tuck those right toes in towards your left hip crease. Check in with the hips. If you feel yourself leaning over towards the right, just take a moment, readjust, come a little bit more over towards the left. The palms of the hands are about shoulders width apart. When you feel good and comfortable here, when you're center neutral, exhale down onto the forearms, spread all 10 fingers wide, let them rest on the mat. Keep the shoulders drawn away from the ears. Nice little heart opener here. And hip opener too. Whenever if you'd like to, again, you have pretty mobile hips as I do, you're also welcome to bring that right shin a little bit more parallel to the front edge of your mat. You should not feel any pain here. This pose, this pigeon pose is really used to gently open up through the hips. So if at any point you feel a little too much tension, you can tuck that toe or the right toes a little bit more in towards the left hip. Just let yourself breathe, relax. From here, let's inhale, walk back up onto the palms of the hands. And the palms of the hands are shoulders width apart. Plant your left toes in towards the mat to lift that left knee off the mat. Gather up that core strength. Inhale, bring right knee by the right elbow. Exhale, right foot presses back. Again, you can always come to the knees for that plank variation. Inhale, lean forward. Exhale, low plank variation down onto the mat. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, down dog. Nice job, everyone. How are we feeling? Not too bad, hopefully. Use this time just to pedal out the legs. And we're gonna get off the wrist here in a second. Take just one moment to find your centered, steady down dog, that inverted V shape of the body. And then inhale, we walk the feet up to meet the hands. The center of your mat, forward fold. Let yourself melt and release here. The crown of the head reaches towards the earth. The hips lift up towards the sky. Hands can just rest down onto the mat. They can reach for opposite elbows. To get a little deeper into some tight hamstrings, you can bring the forearm to the back side of the calves. And as you inhale, lift the hips even higher, tuck the chin towards the chest. Awesome work, everyone. And from here, if you have that bind, release the fingertips down to come in front of the toes. Inhale, find your halfway lift, nice strong flat back. Exhale, breathe it out. Inhale, slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. Let your head be the last thing that lifts. Tadasana, awesome job. Inhale, sweep the fingertips up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center 2 more times. Inhale, fingertips overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center 1 last time. Inhale, fingertips overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center, hinge through the hips, bend the knees, chair. So the upper body is inclined 45 degrees forward. The weight is in towards the heels, in towards the hips. You can be able to lift all 10 toes. Maybe lower the hips down another inch, and then set the toes back down. Awesome job. If you feel your knees flaring out towards the sides of the room, take this moment, engage a little bit more through the quads to draw the knees towards each other, towards the center of the body, the midline of the body. Breathe in through the nose. Now from here, gently shift your weight over to that standing right foot. Hover left foot by the right ankle. Exhale, step left foot to the back edge of your mat for our crescent lunge. Your right knee is bent 90 degrees. Left heel is lifted off the mat. If you'd like to, you can take a narrower stance with crescent lunge. For a little more challenge, you're gonna widen that stance, keep the hips low. The hips are pointed to the front side of the room. Hands are at heart center to start. Nice, slow, steady breaths. And again, try not to arch too much through that low back here. I want you to feel the glutes squeeze, gently pressing hips forward while engaging through that core. Draw that belly button in towards that spinal column to build a little bit more core strength. On that next inhale, we're gonna press the palms of the hands up overhead, open the biceps in line with the ears. And from here, you're gonna release this right hand down to reach around this back left leg. Left hand stays up, you're gently twisting over towards the right. Awesome job, everything stays lifted. From here, inhale, unwind to the center, lift right arm back up overhead. Exhale, left hand down to the inside of right foot. Right fingertips stay lifted for a full revolved crescent lunge. Just let yourself breathe. Whenever you're ready, exhale. Release this right hand to the inside of the right foot. Adjust both palms of the hands to butt shoulders width apart. Exhale, left knee back down to the mat. Exhale, top of the foot down towards the mat. And then we're gonna move a little bit more into opening up this right hip. So what you're gonna do is you're gently gonna place your right hand on the inside of that right inner thigh, pivot and gently press that right inner thigh until it's facing up towards the sky. You're gonna be on the outer edge of that right foot. This is a great stretch through those inner thigh muscles and through the hip flexors. Whenever you're ready, you can gently roll that right foot back down onto the mat. Make sure right knee is bent 90 degrees over right ankle. Both palms of the hands are underneath the shoulders, the inside of that right foot. As you exhale, gently come on down to the forearms for your lizard lunge. So this is one of those stretches that's going to help open up through that back left quad a little bit more, stretching it out while simultaneously opening up through that right hip flexor as well. From here, inhale back up onto the palms of the hands, plant those left toes in towards the mat, lift that left knee off the mat, come to frame that front right foot once again with both fingertips. Runner's lunge, awesome job. From here, you're gonna pivot that left foot over to come parallel to the left or back left edge of the mat. Left toes point over towards left side of the room. As you inhale, we're rising up. Both arms come in line with the shoulders. Warrior two. So this front right knee is bent 90 degrees. Your heart and hips are open over towards the left, but your eyes are over that front right middle finger. Nice, steady breaths. Can you lower the hips down another inch? And from here, inhale, reach forward to the front side of the room. Exhale, release right forearm onto right thigh, left fingertips reach up towards the sky for supported side ankle. You're gonna feel a tendency for your hips to kind of gently press back, especially the legs are feeling a little fatigued. Instead of the legs are a little tired, just heel toe that back left foot up for narrower stance. Nice job. Keep left arm in line with left shoulder. And from here, we inhale, lift back up. Warrior two. Exhale, cartwheel the hands all the way down. Keep it all 10 toes forward. Runner's lunge. Plant both palms of the hands towards the mat to step that right foot back. And again, this can be a high plank or that plank variation with the knees on the mat. Inhale, lean forward. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, down dog. Pat out the legs. Nice job, everyone. Whenever you're ready, we're going to take just 2 breath cycles with down dog, breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. And on that next exhale, release the knees down towards the mat. Big toes come to touch, press the hips back towards the heels, child's pose. Just letting yourself breathe and relax here before we take that sequence to the other side. All right, from here, let's go ahead and grip the mat with all 10 fingers. Inhale, lift the hips slowly off of the heels, adjusting yourself into your tabletop position, neutral spinal column. The shoulders are stacked over the wrists, the knees underneath the hips. And you're welcome to take just a few moments to find some cows and some cats, or if you prefer, you can take those big circles through the hips. Make sure you're letting that breath lead and guide every action today. Inhale to initiate that cow, exhale to initiate that cat. Inhale, release into a neutral spinal position. Let's plant those toes in towards the mat. Inhale, lift the hips, release the heels. On your next breath in, walk the feet up to meet the hands. Exhale, forward fold. Hopefully the hamstrings are starting to open up a little bit more. Again, you can just reach for opposite elbows. You can let the fingertips just rest on the mat. Maybe take that vine with the forearms wrapped around the backs of the calves, or one of my favorite vines, you can just let all 10 fingertips interlace on the small of your neck. You don't have to just gently stretch the neck so that way the crown of the head can come a little closer to the earth. Try to maintain that steady breath, especially in these inversions. From here, exhale, release whatever body you may have. Inhale, halfway lift, that strong flat back. Breathe it out and inhale, slowly roll up. One vertebrae at a time until the head is the last thing that lifts. Tadasana. Awesome work. Mountain pose. Palms of the hands face the front side of the room. As you inhale, fingertips come up overhead. Extended mountain biceps by the ears. Exhale, hands to heart center. Release. Inhale, fingertips come back up overhead. Tadasana. Extended mountain. Exhale, hands to heart center for Tadasana. One last time. Inhale, fingertips overhead. Press the palms together. Exhale, hands to heart center. Hinge through the hips. Bend the knees. Chair. And again, make sure the weight is in towards the hips. Slide in towards the heels. There is no tension in the low back. Instead, you're using your core to maintain your alignment and your posture and balance here. Whenever you're ready, you're going to shift your weight over to that standing left foot. Hover that right foot by the left ankle. Exhale, step right foot to the back edge of your mat. Crescent lunge. Again, left knee is bent 90 degrees. Your hips are centered to the front. Back right heels lifted, hands start at heart center. If you feel that low back arching just a little bit too much, just take a moment, maybe incline the body forward, re-engage through the core to help you bring the body parallel to face the front side of the room. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. On your next inhale, you're going to press the fingertips together up overhead. This time, exhale. This left hand comes to rest and wrap around that back right leg. Your right hand stays lifted. You're twisting over towards the left side of the room. Nice gentle twist here. Really keep that core tight and maintain that balance. Inhale, we unwind back to the center. Both fingertips lift overhead. Exhale, right hand releases down to the inside of that left foot. The left fingertips stay lifted. Beautiful job. Make sure that left knee stays bent 90 degrees. Back right heel stays lifted. Your neck is just in a neutral position. Feel that heart opener. Nice deep twist here. Now when you're ready, exhale. That left hand comes to the inside of the left foot. Bring the right arm underneath right shoulder. This is our lizard lunge. Exhale, release right knee to the mat. Plant top of the right foot into the mat. Lizard stretch. Nice job. So again, you should feel that stretch out through that back right quad while simultaneously opening up through this front left hip flexor. We're going to get a little deeper into this left hip flexor. Bring your left hand to rest gently on the inside of your left thigh. As you inhale, slowly roll that left palm of the foot off the mat so that way the weight is a little bit more towards that outer edge of that left foot. Try not to shift your weight over towards the right. You're staying centered and neutral in the hips. Nice deep breaths. Whenever you're ready, you're going to inhale. Roll that left palm of the foot back down onto rest on the mat. Left knee is bent over left ankle. Both hands to the inside of that left foot. And from here, you're going to exhale slowly down onto the forearms. Getting a little deeper into this lizard stretch now. Let yourself breathe into this asana, into this pose. You should feel that IT band on that left side, just easing up, softening out. While getting a nice deep quad stretch on that back right leg. And from here, when you're ready, let's inhale back up onto the palms of the hands, directly underneath the shoulders. And then we're going to bring the palms of the hands to frame that front left foot. Plant your right toes in towards the mat. Inhale, lift that right knee off. Runner's lunge. Pivot the right toes over towards the right side of the room so that way the back foot is parallel to the back edge of your mat. Inhale, use your core strength. Rise up, warrior two to the opposite side. And same thing here. You should feel that strength equally distributed between both legs. The arms are in line with the shoulders. Your gaze is over that front left middle finger. You can widen the stance, make it a little more challenging, or you can narrow that stance if the legs are feeling a little fatigued. Now from here, we're going to inhale, reach forward just through the hips. Exhale, left forearm comes to rest on left thigh. Right fingertips reach up towards the sky. Try not to let your hips press back though. You're maintaining that warrior stance, the integrity of that warrior stance. Feel all of your strength here. Your neck is just in a neutral position. On that next inhale, we're lifting the arms back in line with the shoulders. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down towards the mat. All 10 toes face the front side of the room, back right heel is lifted. Grip the mat with all 10 fingers. Inhale, step left foot back to meet the right high plank. Or again, release the knees towards the mat for that plank variation. Inhale, you lean forward. Exhale, little plank. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, down dog. Pad off the legs so the hamstrings are tight, or you can just enjoy that down dog. 2 more breath cycles here. And as you take that next exhale, release the knees towards the mat, hips back towards the heels, child's pose, or hands come down towards the heels for embryo. We're gonna move into some balancing poses next. So just take this time to breathe, to reset, to reconnect with your intention. And then just calm the breath down. If you may have eventually lost that steady breath, this is a great chance to reset it. And focus on breathing in for 1, 2, 3, and out for 3, 2, 1. Now for those in embryo, go ahead and bring the fingertips once again to the front side of the room for your child's pose. Let's take a side body stretch. Breathe in to the center, hover the elbows slightly off the mat. Exhale, fingertips over towards the left. Press the hips all the way towards the right. Reach those right fingertips all the way to the left corner of the room. Stretch it out across the right side of the body. And then walk the fingertips to the center. Exhale, fingertips over towards the right. Hips over towards the left. Think about reaching those left fingertips as far as you can into that right corner of the room. Inhale, we come back to the center. Exhale, melt into the mat. Inhale, lift the hips off of the heels. Tabletop position. Let's plant the toes in towards the mat. Inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, release the heels. Down dog. On your next inhale, you're stepping the feet up to meet the hands. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, we're going to reverse swan dive. Sweep those fingertips all the way up towards the sky, extending the mountain. Exhale, hands to heart center. Tadasana, traditional mountain pose. So here, your feet are going to be hip distance apart. I'm going to mirror you guys for this next set of balancing poses. Start to shift your way over to that standing left leg. Your thumbs are in front of the sternum, palms are gently pressing together. Whenever you're ready, you're going to inhale, lift that opposite right leg off the mat, finding our stork to start. So your right toes are gently curled in towards the shin. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, you're going to open that right knee over towards the right side of the room. From here, place that right palm of the foot either on the lower calf, down at towards the ankle for a kickstand, or all the way up onto that left inner thigh for tree pose. Try to keep your gaze on something still and unmoving, keeping the eyes lower down towards the earth. Can help you feel more centered and grounded. You can keep the gaze directly in front of you, or for a little more challenge, you can lift the gaze up towards the sky. We're going to add a little variation through the arms now. So wherever you're at, see if you can inhale. Press the palms up together. Exhale, open up the branches of your tree. Make sure the palms are facing the front side of the room. And then we're just going to slowly bend the elbows in towards that waistline. This is our goddess arms. You're going to feel the stretch across the chest. Feel a little more activation through the upper body. Beautiful. Keep all 10 fingertips nice and wide. On that next inhale, you're pressing, releasing the arms back up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Release out of that tree. Come back into your stork. And then exhale, slip that right foot down towards the mat. Shake out that tension in that standing base leg. Nice work. We're going to move to the other side. So bring the feet again. Hips width distance apart. Nice soft bend in the knees. Hands are at heart center. You're pressing the weight of the palms just gently but firmly together. Shift the weight over to that opposite standing right leg now. Whenever you're ready, inhale, lift left leg 90 degrees off the mat. Left knee is bent 90 degrees. Left toes are flexing again. The hips should be about parallel here. Sometimes I like to place my hands on my hip bones and see if they match up with each other. If you feel that left hip being a little bit high, lower the left foot down, re-engage through left quad to find your stork alignment. On that next exhale, open left knee over towards left side of the room. Then left palm of the foot comes either down onto the lower calf, to a kickstand, or again, all the way up onto that right inner thigh for tree. Try to keep your shoulders and hips centered to the front side of the room. Focus the eyes on something still and unmoving. Try to match whatever you did on that first side. Now from here, let's go ahead, inhale, press the fingertips together, up overhead, draw the biceps back by the ears, open the palms of the hands to face the front side of the room. As you exhale, you're bending the elbows, drawing the elbows in towards that waistline. Squeeze the shoulder blades together for your goddess arms. Nice job. You should feel this stretching, opening up across the chest, easing some tension out of the upper back as well. Whenever you're ready, you're going to inhale, lift the fingertips back up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center and gently release back into stork. Stay here for a moment. Exhale, set left foot down towards the mat. Check out that tension in that standing base leg. Nice job. We're going to move through another variation of tree today, moving into what's known as hot tree. So whenever you're ready, hands come to heart center. Let's shift our way over once again into that standing left leg. From here, inhale, lift right leg 90 degrees off the mat. Stork. Deep breath in, exhale, open up through that right hip flexor. And from here, you can either take that variation of tree we've already taken to move into hot tree. You're going to keep the left toes curled. Use your left hand to draw that left foot up into this right hip crease. So that left palm of the foot is facing up towards the sky. Left or your right knee is going to point down. Sorry, right knee is pointing down towards the earth. Nice job. You can bring right hand to heart center. You can keep holding on to that foot, or you can instead bring both hands to heart center. Challenging that balance in a little bit of a different way here. And again, if this doesn't feel too good today, this doesn't feel as nice as tree, you can always just turn that into your traditional tree. You stay here for just another breath cycle. And for those in hot tree, and for those in traditional tree, gently release that palm of the foot off of that inner leg. Inhale, back to the center, hold stork. Exhale, soften right foot down towards the mat. Shake out the tension of that standing left leg. Come back into your center Tadasana. Now from here, shift your weight over to that standing right leg. Hands are at heart center. We inhale, lift left leg 90 degrees off the mat. Check in with those hips. Starting off with a nice strong stork. Whenever you're ready, you're opening out through that lift hip flexor. And again, you can set up into that traditional tree, or you're going to tuck that left palm of the foot in towards the right hip crease. Use your right hand to gently help keep that left leg lifted. The left hand stays at heart center. The hips are centered to the front side of the room. Left knee points down towards the earth. And if you are ready, you can bring both hands to heart center. Hold that breath. Keep breathing. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. And whenever you're ready to release from hot tree or traditional tree, you're going to gently open out through that left hip flexor. Exhale, we close that knee back to the center. Exhale, palm of the foot down towards the mat. Shake out that tension in that standing base leg. Nice work. From here, go ahead, keep the hands at heart center. We're going to move through the hips a little bit more. I want you to heel to the feet out about 2 times. So if you're standing on your mat, your toes are going to be about a little wider than your mat. Because I'm facing you, my toes are going to be a little wider than my hips. Toes point out, heels point in. From here, hands start off at heart center. When you're ready, take a deep breath in. As you exhale, you're going to slowly bend the knees towards the sides of the room. Keep the body upright. Lower the hips down towards the earth here. Lower all the way down until you feel a point of resistance, or all the way down to where you can let the hips naturally drop down towards the mat. If you need to move the feet in a little bit closer, that's okay too. Sometimes I like to, my feet start out just a little bit too wide for comfort. From here, hands stay at heart center. Use your elbows to gently press those inner thighs away. Nice deep stretch in our Mulasana, our garland pose. Awesome job. Just let yourself breathe, relax. We're gonna add a little bind into this now. So whenever you're ready, we're gonna inhale, lift both fingertips up overhead. As you exhale, you're gonna release this right hand behind the small of your back. From here, you're gonna lower left shoulder a little bit lower than that left knee. You can stay here for a half bind. You can just let left hand rest on your center, your heart. That hand can be at heart center, or to move to that full bind, you're gonna wrap this left arm around that left leg until the fingertips come to touch on the small of your back. And you're gonna try to keep this right shoulder lifted. Oftentimes you're gonna see people take this bind like this, but we're using this bind to open up through the heart to ease some tension out of the shoulders. Keep your gaze lifted. And whenever you're ready, gently release those fingertips away. Inhale, we lift fingertips up towards the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Nice job. Let's take that to the other side. Whenever you're ready, inhale, press the fingertips together. Up overhead, exhale, left hand comes behind the small to rest on the small of your back. That left elbow's bent. Whenever you're ready, you're gonna release right shoulder a little bit lower than that right knee. You can stay here with right hand resting at heart center, maybe resting on the heart for that connection to yourself, or you can work to wrap that right arm around the back side of that right leg. So I'm gonna show you guys kind of what this looks like on the back side. It'll look kind of like this is the ultimate goal, is to reach around the wrist, or you can start here just reaching gently for the fingertips. Nice job, everyone. Remember to keep that chin away from the chest. And then whenever you're ready, you're gonna gently lift up out of that bind. Bring hands back to heart center. One last breath here, Nulasana. Beautiful. Now from here, we're gonna release the palms of the hands down towards the mat. Whenever you're ready, let the fingertips press into the mat. You're gonna inhale gently, lift back up to stand, and then we're gonna heel toe the feet out 2 to 3 times. I want you to point the toes towards each other now. The heels pull apart for your wide-legged forward fold. You can stay in that halfway lift for another moment, so that way the chest is parallel to the mat, and when you're ready, you're gonna exhale, soften down onto the palms of the hands, draw the crown of the head towards the earth, and you're gonna gently shift your weight slightly forward to the balls of the feet, and keep the weight on the outer edges of the feet and slightly forward. Try not to ease all that tension out of the shoulders. Oftentimes you're gonna see or have that tendency to feel the shoulders droop forward. Try to keep the shoulder blades slightly engaged, drawing them together so that way you're still maintaining a nice open heart. It's okay to stay a little bit more lifted, especially if wide-legged forward folds aren't a typical part of your practice. The eventual end goal is to let that crown of the head rest all the way down onto your butt. Just let yourself breathe here. Now from here, we're all going to bring our palms of the hands directly underneath the shoulders. As you inhale, you're going to find a halfway lift, pressing up into the fingertips. Your gaze is slightly down towards the earth. From here, open the arms in line with the shoulders. Inhale, we gently rise back up to stand. And then we're going to heel toe the feet together in about 2 times. I want you to point the toes out. Heels are drawn together. We're going to work through some moonflowers today, working to a little bit more strength through the entire body. So my toes are pointed out towards the corners of the mat. My heels are gently drawn in. My inner thighs are facing the front side of the room. Your arms are going to start in line with the shoulders. From here, take a moment. Inhale, lift the fingertips up towards the sky. As you exhale, you're going to bend through the knees. Draw the elbows in towards that waistline for, again, those goddess arms. Nice job. So this is like a wide-legged squat here. Inhale, we lift back up. Exhale, moonflower. Nice job. Inhale, we lift. Exhale, bend those elbows in. 2 more times. Every time you lower down, you can get a little deeper into that squat. You're keeping the upper body upright though. Inhale, exhale, hold it down here for 2 breath cycles. Keep breathing. Draw those shoulder blades together. Feel the heart open up. Feel that tension just building in the lower limbs. And inhale, we lift up to rise. Exhale, hands to heart center, heel toe the feet in, all the way until the feet are hips width distance apart. Take a deep breath in through the nose. As you exhale, keep hands at heart center. Slowly release into that halfway lift, that nice, strong, flat back. Your gaze is down towards the earth. The crown of the head reaches forward. You're pressing the hips gently back. Breathe in through the nose. And then we exhale, release all the way down. Forward fold. Awesome job today, guys. And just let yourself relax and breathe here. The chin is gently away from the chest. The crown of the head reaches towards the earth. You can take any binds that you would like to take. And whenever you're ready, go ahead and plant all 10 fingertips in towards the mat. Slowly step the feet away from the hands. High plank. Or again, you can take that modified plank. We're gonna finish off our practice today with just a little bit of a plank hold. So just a 30-second plank hold here. You got it. Try to keep that belly button lifted. Your neck is in a neutral position. You're gripping the mat with all 10 fingers. Keeping my eye on the time. You're halfway there. Last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, lean forward. Exhale all the way down onto the mat. Let your chin rest at the center of your mat. Plant the tops of the feet towards the earth. Gently rotate the shoulders towards the back side of the room. Start to engage slightly through the quads so the knees can hover just half an inch off the mat. And as you inhale, we're just going to lift the head and heart off the mat. So that way the chin is parallel to the earth. Your eyes are drawn forward. No weight in the palms of the hands. If you prefer, you can hover the palms of the hands about half an inch off the mat. Little baby cobra to ease some tension out of that core. Exhale, soften the chin back down to the earth. We're going to take one last heart opener here, moving into Sphinx. So go ahead and bring the forearms down to the mat. Your elbows are where the palms of the hands once were, underneath the shoulders. Spread all 10 fingertips out nice and wide. Tops of the feet stay planted into the earth. Your chin's resting on the mat. As you inhale, slowly peel the chest off the mat until the heart is parallel to the front side of the room. Chin is parallel to the earth. And just let yourself breathe here. You may find that the shoulders want to hunch up. I encourage you to just soften the shoulders away from the front side of the room. You're going to feel the strengthen through those low back muscles. Breathe. Deep breath in and deep breath out to release down onto the mat. The hands can come down by the hips. Go ahead and bend the knees in towards, or the heels in towards the body. Let the feet fall over towards the right and over towards the left. Awesome job today, guys. We have made it all the way now to the cool down of our practice. Hopefully it felt fun to challenge your practice in a little bit of a different way, taking that time to really find your alignment and to connect to that breath today. And whenever you're ready, you can gently extend the legs down the length of your mat and roll onto a supine position, coming onto your back. Once you make your way onto your back, resting on the mat, we're going to go ahead and start off by bending the knees. The palms of the feet come to rest on the mat. Hands come to frame the width of your hips. As you inhale, squeeze through that core, lift the hips off the mat, squeeze through the glutes, bridge. So all my shoulders are supporting the weight of my body here. There is no tension in the neck, no tension in that low back. If you feel any tension at all, or if you're arching that low back quite a bit, can you soften the hips down about half an inch, re-engage through the glutes, squeeze through those muscles instead. Let yourself breathe, and then exhale, release it back down. Nice job. From here, let's go ahead and cross right ankle on top of left thigh. Keep those right toes curled in. Gently use that right palm of the hand to open up a little bit more through that right hip flexor. The right knee is pointed over to the right side of the room. From here, inhale, bring all 10 fingers behind that back left thigh. Inhale, lift the left palm of the foot off the mat. Your left shin is parallel to the earth. You're using that right elbow to press that right knee away from the center of the body. Try to keep that low back flush along the mat. You're not lifting that tailbone off the mat. If you'd like to add a hamstring stretch in, you can inhale, extend left leg up towards the ceiling. Beautiful job, everyone. Deep breath in, exhale. Gently bend through left knee, set left foot down towards the mat. Right foot comes down towards the mat, and then switch out to that cross. So the left ankle rests on top of right thigh, left hand is gently pressing left inner thigh away from the center of the body. Try to keep that back again, flush along the mat, so that way there's no extra tension into the low back. I want you to use this as a chance to ease that tension out of the low back instead. On your next inhale, bring all 10 fingers behind that back right thigh. As you inhale, lift that right foot off the mat. Keep the elbows bent. Use that left elbow to gently press that left knee away from the center of the body. And again, if you'd like to add that hamstring stretch, you can now inhale, extend right leg up towards the sky. Try to keep that back flush along the mat. Breathe in through the nose, and as you exhale, bend through right knee, set right palm of the foot towards the earth. Left palm of the foot releases down. Inhale, we're going to bring both knees in towards the chest. Interlace all 10 fingers underneath, an inch underneath the kneecaps. Lift yourself, sway to the left and sway to the right. Massaging out that low back here. Awesome job. Whenever you're ready, we're going to keep our knees together today. Come to the center of your mat. We're going to move into our spinal twist with the knees tucked together. So from here, make sure all 10 toes are gently flexed. Inhale, lift right hand up towards the sky. Place that right hand on the outer edge of that left knee. You can release left arm in line with left shoulder while you're drawing the knees over towards the right side of the room. This is going to help you keep the shoulder blades resting into the mat. Your knees are bent about 90 degrees over towards the right side of the room. Let your eyes fall over towards the left. If you'd like to get a little deeper into the spinal twist today, maybe take this time to extend that left leg over towards the left side of the room. If that feels good, you want to go a little deeper, extend the right leg as well here. So you're creating an L shape with the body. And again, let the shoulder blades stay resting in the mat. Don't let the left shoulder lift off. For those with their legs extended, take this time to bend through the knees again. Inhale, we unwind to the center. Release all 10 fingertips underneath those kneecaps. Sway to the left, sway to the right. And then come again to the center of your mat. Let's take it to the other side. Inhale, you're going to lift the left hand up towards the ceiling. The left hand's going to come to the outer edge of that right knee. Release the right hand down in line with right shoulder. And then you're going to gently draw the knees over towards the left. Keep those knees bent 90 degrees. Your eyes are over towards the right. That right palm hand can either be planted in towards the mat for a little more security or up towards the sky for a little more openness. You can also bring the left arm in line with the shoulder. Again, knees can stay bent. Maybe one leg is extended, maybe both legs are extended here. Just enjoying the spinal twist at the end of our practice. Whenever you're ready, go ahead and bend through the knees again. Inhale, we come back to the center. Bring all 10 fingers to interlace an inch underneath the kneecaps. Whenever you're ready, inhale, lift the shoulder blades gently off the mat. Tuck the chin towards the chest, giving yourself a nice big hug. Closing down, closing out the end of our practice. Breathe in through the nose. And exhale, soften shoulder blades down the length of the mat. You can release the legs down the length of the mat as well. And you're welcome to take any final stretches that you would like to take here. Maybe you're simply ready for our Shavasana today, in which case you can find that supine position. Maybe you'd like to take Happy Baby, supine pigeon, a shoulder stand or plow, whatever feels good. These next few moments are for you. Or you can just start to, again, close down the eyes, get ready for that Shavasana today. And for those who are finishing out their final stretches, go ahead and start to make your way down onto the mat in that supine position. Take a moment, let the legs gently extend from the hip sockets. Let the hands come down by the hips. Palms of the hands can either be planted in towards the mat, or you can flip palms of the hands up towards the sky. I want you to take a moment, if you haven't done so already, to start to close down the eyes, shutting down that gaze. If you maintain that steady breath all throughout your practice, you're welcome to go ahead and start to release that now. Come back into your own natural rhythm of breathing. With every inhale, you're bringing that air to fill up the lungs, and with every exhale, you're gently sighing away that breath, sighing away some tension, maybe some worries, whatever may still be lingering in your mind. Just use this time to start to release and let go. Let yourself find a little bit more peace and ease here at the end of our practice. We'll be taking this time to thank yourself for your practice today, to thank yourself for finding your way on the mat. And just start to let each and every thought drift out of the mind. Try not to focus on any one thing. Just letting yourself be present on the mat today. Letting yourself breathe. Letting yourself just be. So you make your way into that meditative state known as Shavasana today. And whenever you're ready from here, begin to wiggle the fingers and wiggle the toes, letting yourself just slowly awaken. Maybe take a moment, take a deep breath in through the nose. Draw that breath to fill the lungs, draw it down deep into the belly, and then exhale, sigh that breath away. Whenever you're ready, you're always welcome to keep the eyes closed as you gently roll over onto one side of the mat, letting the head rest in the crook of an elbow, awakening here. A moment to breathe in that peace and tranquility. And then when you're ready, gently press up into an easy seated position, letting one leg cross on top of the other. Your sit bones are rooted down into the mat. Soften the shoulders away from the ears. Feel that lengthened space for your neck. And as you take your next inhale, we'll sweep the fingertips up towards the sky. Press the palms together. Exhale, hands to heart center. Thank you so much for sharing in your practice with me today. All that is full of the love and light within me recognizes and honors all that is full of that love and light and good within each and every one of you. Namaste.